The leaks for Game of Thrones Season 8, at the very least, we can say they've been not very eventful, but all that has changed. In the past couple weeks, the filming aspect for Game of Thrones Season 8 has completely finished, and the special effects crew has wrapped up as of the other day. Now, of course, there's still lots of post-production that needs to be done, but within these past few days, several insane rumors have come out about major spoilers in regards to Game of Thrones Season 8. Let's begin. Now, obviously, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a spoiler warning. Click out of the video right now if you don't want to know anything about the filming aspect and spoilers for Game of Thrones Season 8. But also, please go ahead and slap a like on this video. The like goal will be 420. Make sure you're subscribed and then go ahead and turn the notifications on. Okay, so before we get to the major insane spoilers, these posts actually come from a user named Sinead Belfast, and they were posted over on the Reddit Free Folk. This first post from her, and this is not the super juicy one, but this will give us more context for the next one. She states, a close friend who worked on the past 3 seasons was on set for 4 scenes this season, and this was kind of the most secretive one. She told me it's basically just Melisandre, Cersei, the Mountain, and Qyburn for a scene in episode 2. And it's an intense face-to-face between Melisandre and Cersei. Melisandre gets Cersei's attention by bringing up the witch's prophecy from previous seasons, but warn her against self-fulfilling prophecy and says that the future is not set in stone. So basically they're saying that Melisandre plays her game of, I know what you did last summer, the same thing Bran does, with Cersei in order to get her attention. Now, I'm going to save my opinion for the very end of this, but that does seem very much within Melisandre's character. So she also tells Cersei that Dany and Jon will come for her after they find out about her betrayal. She says all the kings and queens are false prophets, including Jon, Dany, and neither of them understands their true role in the Great War. Melisandre tells Cersei the Red God has a role for her and that she will know soon. She specifically instructs Cersei to have the wildfire ready and leaves. Qyburn offers to have Melisandre killed and Cersei refuses. This whole scene was shot in April in less than half a day. Now, there were several other leaks on Reddit/FreeFolk that are confirming that Melisandre and Cersei have this scene. Now, as far as Melisandre telling Cersei that all prophets are fake and that Dany and Jon are going to come for her after the prophecy, after they find out about her betrayal, 100% all the way. The reason why she would tell Cersei that they are fake prophets is because she wants Cersei to play her role. She can't sit there and tell them, yes, look, Jon is the chosen one. Daenerys may also be the chosen one, but your role is to die by the Night King's hand when he eventually comes to attack King's Landing. Now, obviously, she's not going to tell Cersei what her true role is, so she's going to lie to her just to sort of bait her and to follow and go down the path that she wants her to. Now, as far as my opinions on the validity of this leak, this first one sounds extremely plausible. We do know that Melisandre is going to Essos, and she's going to most likely convince the Red Priest and Priestesses over there that not only is Daenerys the savior or the princess that was promised, but also there's this cat, Jon Snow, who was physically resurrected by the Lord of Light. So, in doing that, I'm pretty sure she'll run across Euron, or just find out through the grapevine that Cersei sent someone over there to grab a massive number of troops, and it's not to fight the Night King. It's most likely to betray Jon and Daenerys. So I see a lot of credibility in this leak from that sense. It would only make sense that Melisandre would find out about this information and maybe stop there on her way back to Winterfell to bring some news to Jon about this betrayal. Now on to the next leak, and this is what the video is actually titled after. Now this comes from the same user, Sinead Belfast, and this was posted on Reddit/FreeFolk just yesterday. She goes, please note, it's only a rumor my friend kept hearing during her last week at filming. 3 of the main cast members, the main 7 cast members, will die in the last 3 episodes, and there's a 4th fake out death. Someone who looks like they died but are later revealed as alive. She doesn't know who the 3 characters are because she did not work on any death scene. She only worked on the Lena Hetty scene out of those, and neither one out of one of the ones that I just described was a death scene. And then she later goes on to say, I asked her if she can remember specific dialogue from the Melisandre Cersei scene or the scene with the Iron Bank, and I can repost if she does. So out of the 3 cast members that are supposedly supposed to die in the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, the main 7 we're referring to here are Tyrion, Jaime, Cersei, Arya, Sansa, Jon, and Dany. Now, if you scroll down in the comment section, the very first comment was my very first thought. Those 7 main members I think a few are missing there. Mainly Bran. Bran is definitely a top tier built cast member, and he was promoted from secondary cast to top tier cast last season. So that does make me a little bit iffy about believing in this leak somewhat. Now, I do know that main characters are going to be dropping like flies. I honestly think that if they were smart, they would kill off a major character almost every episode all the way up until the final episodes, and then do that sort of fake out where we think the last few main characters are going to die and almost everyone's going to be dead, but then we find out that they survive. I want to see something like that happen. So I do give it validity in the sense that yes, we can expect something like this, but as far as the last 3 episodes, I don't know if it's going to take that long to get to kill these people off. So just out of the characters that we were given to choose from, of the 3 that will die, so that's Tyrion, Jaime, Cersei, Arya, Sansa, Jon, and Dany, I can sort of do a process of elimination of I know Jon and Daenerys are not going to die, especially in the last 3 episodes. I feel like if they want to kill off Jon or Daenerys, with Jon it would be a little bit of circular storytelling, but if they wanted to do that, do it early on so we can see what it's like to not have this person as a part of the Great War. We do know that, Jon and Daenerys have been building up or have been built up this entire series to be these great rulers. It would be devastating to lose one of them early on in the season. Now, out of the rest of the characters, Arya, Sansa, Tyrion, Jaime, it would make sort of the most sense for Tyrion to stay alive because I feel like he has some of the most connections. He's been to Essos. He knows what it's like to live over there. He knows a little bit of how the people are. And also, he has experience with being the hand of the king here in Westeros. And when he was the hand of the king, he did a lot of great things. So that just leaves Jaime, Cersei, Arya, and Sansa. Now, there have been several leaks about the death of Jaime Lannister happening midway through Season 8. Now, I did put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this video, but I don't want to cover those spoilers because there's actual footage of the scenes being filmed. If you guys want me to do a video covering, I guess, a theory or a leaked spoiler on the death of Jaime Lannister, let me know down below in the comment section, and I may just whip up that video for y'all. Now, that leaves 3 queens left: Cersei, Arya, and Sansa. I've actually done a theory in which I think that it would be extremely poetic for Sansa to die in Winterfell by saving Arya. Now, there was a leaked script, and you can't see, but I just did air quotations. There was a leaked script that said something just like that may happen, where they're in the crypts of Winterfell, and Sansa sacrifices herself to the Night King in order to save Arya. Now, I don't really see something like that happening, because I feel like Arya would be the one to sacrifice herself to save Sansa, but it is a possibility. So out of the 2 Starks that we have left, Arya and Sansa, I think it's most likely that Sansa will die. We do know that Arya is going to go west of Westeros, and her journey doesn't really seem like it's coming to an end, but Sansa's, on the other hand, does. She's almost fulfilled everything that she wanted to do. She's had so much turmoil and strife and struggle and just, in general, pooped on her entire journey, but she's ultimately at that goal that she wanted, which was to be a lady. The Lady of Winterfell. She doesn't need a husband. She doesn't have to take the name from another man to get this position and title. It just so happens that she's the Lady of House Stark. In the way that things are in the kingdom, she can stay that way. So it seems like Sansa's journey, with her being the Lady at Winterfell and not having to take on a man to gain the power that she's always dreamed of, it seems like her journey is almost perfect to come to an end by sacrificing herself to save Arya. Now that just leaves Queen Cersei. She is the one who's sitting on the Iron Throne right now. She's got a zombie mountain who, at this point, cannot be defeated, sitting right next to her. And she's also got massive caches of wildfire. So, even though it may not seem like it, she's one of the safest people in the kingdom right now. Now, I know we have to supposedly have 3 deaths, but I don't really know. I'm extremely confused about the way that Cersei's story may play out next season. I obviously know she's going to cause suffering and pain for Jon Snow and Daenerys. She's going to betray them early on. But as far as what she's going to do in-game, I don't really know. I think she's going to survive the long night. She's going to survive all the battles. Pretty much anyone who's not on the direct battlefield has the safest chance of being alive. Kind of. Those who aren't warriors are safer, in my opinion. But as far as Cersei, I could see her surviving, having most of her army intact, and then doing her actual betraying once Jon and Daenerys have defeated the Night King. Now let's wrap this whole thing together. So we're supposed to get 3 deaths. The 4th one will be a fake out. I haven't really talked too much about the 4th death being a fake out, but the 3 people that I see dying are Sansa, Jaime, and Bran. Now you're like, Bran wasn't listed as one of those top tier cast. Just because he wasn't listed, that does not mean that he is not a main cast member, because we all know that he is. He's going to be getting some epic scenes next season, and he is definitely considered one of the top build cast members. So I think those 3 deaths once again are going to be Jaime, Sansa, and Bran. As far as the fake out death, that's going to be given to Queen Cersei. I think we're all going to think that she's dead and that she's completely dealt with. She was burned in this fire, but later on we're going to find out that she was able to escape. Those are my predictions. You guys let me know what you think about this leak down below in the comment section. Alright, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you could please slap a like on this, the like goal will be 420. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to do that Jaime death video. And also, let me know your thoughts on who you think the 3 deaths plus 1 fake out will be. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Also, super special shout out to every single member of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHuntsReviews. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews. As far as a little Easter egg, I don't really have one, but I am planning on majorly upgrading and delving into a new level of content and production value. If you guys want to check out the link I've left down below in the description, that's an Amazon wish list. Please go check it out if you have some time.